Time for it.
Now, whether you realise it or not, we have to negotiate all the time, from wrangling a toddler to communicating maybe with your partner, asking the boss for annual leave, or returning a faulty product maybe. These often difficult but necessary conversations occur daily.
In her new book, Negotiate Your Worth, author and speaker Sam Trattles provides expert tips to unlock your ability to negotiate in every aspect of your life, not just in the boardroom, not just in the boardroom, and not just in the boardroom or the bedroom. And if it helps you to know, Sam has successfully talked her way out of more than 30 parking tickets, so she really knows her stuff. Oh, this is an important chat here. Hello, Sam.
Good morning.
Kylie's got something to say, I believe.
No, I wouldn't normally come to your defence, but there was a bedroom shot as you were saying that, so I'm coming to your defence. That wasn't your mistake necessarily.
Thank you, Your Honour. So I'm off.
A little bit,
so I'm off the hook then. Sam, welcome. Nobody likes a parking fine or having to negotiate in the bedroom, heaven forbid. How can we negotiate our way out of this, sort of making this hefty donation to local council right now?
Well, both those scenarios are about communicating. So the boardroom or the bedroom or the parking inspector. So I think, like all negotiations, if you can communicate your position and give it a bit of a cheeky smile as well, that helps too.
Nice.
How did you talk your way out of 30 parking fines? How exactly?
Well, my default setting is to try and be as polite as possible because parking inspectors do get yelled at, but I'm the one who parked there. I'm the one who's overstayed it. So it's reasonable that they're doing their job, and then I'm just trying to be a little bit cheeky and see if they haven't pressed the button on the printout just yet, and that if I can talk them out of it, then that's how I've gotten away with 27 so far.
Okay. Now, what about families when it comes to our kids and our significant other? How different is negotiation when we live with the other party?
Well, they know us best, and we know them so well as well. So it's the layers of lack of communication to that point which causes the frustration. So we actually just need to stop and listen to one another and see what is it that they're asking me for and what is it that I want from that conversation.
Okay. Right, so listen first, is that?
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, think about what you want first and then have a conversation where you're making sure that you are listening to one another.
Okay. To the workplace now, whether it's asking for a pay rise, it's a big one. Yeah. Let's approach pay rise.
Yep.
You want a pay rise, you think you're worth it. What happens?
Well, first look at the policy. Make sure that you understand what is the terms of the business that says when you are eligible for a pay rise. Then looking at what you're currently doing versus what your JD says, and then actually then set about thinking about why you deserve it, why now, and why you're the best person for this role. And then you can have a conversation with your boss to say, I want to talk about what my worth is in this business.
So this is all ammunition that you've got to have stored up ready for that conversation. You know the questions you're going to get asked. You've got to have the answers, right?
Yes.
Now, for anyone who's brought a home product they're unhappy with or is faulty, what do we need to remember before asking for money back?
Well, finding out what is the policy again, like consumer law, and have I outstayed that. So if the product is faulty, then it should be returned, but knowing that it helps your case. So it's all in the preparation.
Okay, all right then. We know the costs of goods and services are going up. Tradies are no different. What about trying to negotiate a good price with a tradie?
Well, I've just finished my renovation, so I know this one. For me, it was about...
I pity the tradie, but anyway, go on.
He was fantastic. But I got multiple quotes, and then I asked lots of good questions. So being curious is a really strong trait of a negotiator, and just asking what's not in the quote. What do I have to put in my contingency budget? All those questions that we're sometimes a little bit afraid to ask. So curiosity is key when you're negotiating with anybody, particularly with tradies.
Are you worried a lot of these communication skills are sort of too old school for the now generation, because everyone's used to just doing emails and the texts and the DMs and stuff? Have they lost the art of actually having a conversation like that?
Well, they all want to hack. So I'm trying to get it to the point where people are clear about what they communicate, whatever medium that is. I don't like people negotiating on email because you tend to be a bit cranky on email than you would face to face. But if that's your medium, that's your medium. So I definitely understand everybody has to work to their strengths.
And what about don't be afraid to be told no? Like, should we... Sometimes we're a bit scared. We go, oh, I don't know. So what about fear?
Yeah, well, so we take a deep breath in and really think about what is it that I'm asking and what might they say in response. So yes, no, or maybe is the general response. But what are you going to say next if they say yes, no, or maybe? And if it's no, it's like, thank you, but I just thought I'd ask, and smile.
So interesting. I'm going to park in a loading zone after this. I'm just going to try my luck, because historically, I just undo a button on my shirt, but I'm going to try your way.
Okay.
It sounds good. Thanks, Sam.
Thank you.
Sam Trattles' book, Negotiate Your Worth. Why's it got the emu on the front? Just curious?
Because they're curious animals.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, exactly.
See, I was curious.
Didn't you
I
know
asked
that?
the question about curiosity, and look.
You didn't know that?
Oh, and you did. You knew why there was an emu on the front of her book.
I'm still caught up with negotiating in the bedroom. I've missed everything after that.
Thank you, Sam. That was the cover of the book. We'll never forget it now because it has an emu on the front. In just a moment, a surprise twist in the scandal that catapulted Kim Kardashian to superstardom. We'll reveal why her ex-boyfriend is speaking out 14 years later.
When applying for credit, and that could be a credit card or a loan, your credit score becomes the most important number. But what is a credit score? Why is it so important? And how do you find out yours? Well, we're going to answer all of those questions and plenty more. So make sure you stick around. So Ros, today we're talking all things credit score. So I guess it makes sense to